I'll eventually cancel out over here. So all right, so let's do this. Let me edit some text, and then good to see you all. All right, howdy, howdy. Oh, let's do this. There we go. Making the other side canceled out. So, but yes, here we go. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have seen the video of what took place with the no-fly zone. I have figured out some stuff. Let me go and explain this stuff to you. So here we have, are you gonna mess up? Here we have where this is in a VIP location. So this happens sometimes. Now this is a very large one. I don't know exactly what it means. Could be movie stuff, who knows. But this is a VIP thing. And this is gonna go live in 20 hours from now. And it's going to go into effect for 2 days. And there is one key point in there that I just discovered. Now, this is at Palm Beach International Airport. Now, there was 2 flights that I heard, don't hold me to it, but that I heard were intercepted down here in this area. So maybe this is what's going on here. Thank you, everybody who is pushing the like button. Everybody that is on the TikTok side, just letting you know, I am live over on YouTube. I'm showing the video over there. So, but down here in Palm Beach International Airport, this is a security area that is going to be valid for another 79 days. Now, I have no clue how long it has been valid and when it went into effect, but I know that it will stop being in effect on June 1st is when the date will be. That's 79 days from now. Now, you have another spot. For instance, yesterday we had a space launch to go and get the 2 people that are stranded in space on the International Space Station. I do not understand why another country that has access to it cannot pick them up and take them home that way. I don't understand that one. So, but anyhow, we've been working at this and they've been up there for what, a year now? So yesterday they went to go do the launch, and when they put people into getting it ready and everything, they canceled it. I forget what the issue was. If someone wants to let me know in the comments, I'll let you know. And then let me put this in, hold on just a second. It's where it's all chats. Good to see you, everybody. Thank y'all for being in here. Greatly do appreciate y'all. So, y'all on the TikTok side, just letting you know I'm live over on the YouTube side. So, Red Angel, let's go. Thank you so much for that gift. Greatly do appreciate you. Really do. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody who is gifting. If you are over on the YouTube side, I can see you. So thank you so much for that. Greatly do appreciate you. Thank you, everybody who's telling Red Angel. Thank you. I appreciate that. We will be doing weather here in a little bit, Steve. I would probably say maybe in about 15 minutes or so. So Thank you so much, Red Angel. Greatly do appreciate that. Appreciate everybody being here, everybody giving the thumbs up, sharing this live. I appreciate y'all. All right, so back to the space launch. So they canceled it out yesterday, and now they are going to go live in 17 hours from now. So, what is that? Yes, I'm counting on my fingers. So that'll be maybe, I would guess, around 5 p.m. Eastern that'll end up being launched. Yeah, they did give a reason to why they canceled it. It was a legit reason. It wasn't anything fishy to me. It was just a standard better safe than sorry. Yeah, it's pretty funny that TikTok still has 140 people watching me, and I'm live over here on YouTube, just so that y'all know. Anybody who wants to be watching what I'm showing, the no-fly zones, the weather, all that type of stuff, it's here on the YouTube. So I do see that y'all are commenting still over on TikTok, so that's yeah, you're more than welcome to stay there. But yeah, I will be canceling out TikTok eventually. So, but so, all right, back to this thing with the space launch. So they canceled it yesterday. It's gonna go launch tomorrow, and then hopefully everything goes good, and they'll be able to go up there and get those 2 stranded astronauts. Now they do have where this area covers a lot more than I've ever seen before. Now that's me seeing it. That doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. So that's just in my opinion. Now this red little dot that's over here is Disneyland, Disney World. It's always there. So, but yeah, for this, that's a large coverage. The only thing I can think of is due to the space launch that took place last week for, I forget that type of ship, or shuttle, whatever you want to call it, that exploded and then stuff went over, so they might be just taking a large precaution. Let's go, D's now. Thank you so much for that gift. Greatly do appreciating it. Thank you everybody who's joining over from the TikTok side and joining in on the YouTube side, so you can see the screen and it's not a blacked out image to you. So thank you everybody for doing that. Greatly do appreciate y'all. Thank you D's now for that. I appreciate you. Now, here's another thing that I pointed out to you, is that we were used to seeing a lot of little dots, and I shown this when all the drones were taking place, and there was 30, if not more. So yeah, there's bad storms going on. That's what I was hearing. So I'll go and look at the weather for y'all in a little bit. But yeah, so all those spots completely gone. There's no more of that type of stuff going on. But up here for this place in Alaska, that some have questions on of what they do in this spot in Alaska. This is a no-fly zone that became in effect 4 days ago, and it's a no-fly zone for 233 days right now, so a total was 237 days. Yeah, I was hearing bad storms coming like in waves, like one day is going to be a bad storm and then another day is going to be a bad storm. I seen where someone said it doesn't look like that launch is going to be taking place, and that I hope it does. I hope it doesn't get delayed. Hold on just a minute. so had to turn off the fan. It was starting to finally get chilled. So that's what's going on in that spot. Speculate with whatever you will. That's up to you. It is a security. It's in there for 230 plus days. So to where it will be in effect. So let's see. All right, let's go and check flight radar. Now, we'll do this for the weather into it. You're in the bad band of the storm, too. Hate that for you. So, right now, it's hitting Alabama to the northeast of Birmingham. It just passed through. Looking like it's heading towards maybe Villa type area. So, but yeah, Talladega's National Forest is it's what I'm thinking it's going to hit. I don't know. I'll get into the weather in a little while and see where all this stuff is going. Just eating a bowl of cereal and listening. Let's go. Thank you, everybody, for giving the thumbs up. I appreciate all of y'all for over here on the YouTube side. Greatly, too. Appreciate y'all. And able to watch the screen. So it's do have one flight coming through. Who is this? Air New Zealand. That's coming around here, so that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, you do have let's see. So about 30,000 feet. That leads the area. So where it'll be a bumpy ride. And then there's this area up in Kentucky. And I believe that one's due to weather as well. It is. So right in here, y'all have some storms taking place in Paintsville, Williamson. So does look like a Elegant Air. Looks like they're gonna try and beat this thing, get around it. They should be able to, but he almost looks like they're trying to turn into this. Why? Whatever. I know it's a delayed flight. So it's delayed by a good 4 hours. So let's go, Amber Tucky. Becoming a member to the War Deadpool community on the YouTube side. Thank you so much, Amber Tucky. Greatly do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Seahorse, for saying that over there. Good to see you, Candace. Pretty funny of y'all, with y'all's how long y'all been members for on YouTube. Like, I got little emblems by y'all's name. I should do like a spicy for like the first month. That's what it should be. Your storms are coming tomorrow night. Thank you for educating me. Let's see. Now, one thing that took place is there's American Airlines that caught fire on the runway. Now, let me go ahead and cut to the chase. There is no injuries, and this is obviously completely put out. This was earlier in the day. around maybe 5 or so, maybe even sooner than that. But yeah, that has been extinguished, as you will see here. So got that joker completely out. Makes you not want to fly. All right, let me help you. So, one, I understand things are shown into your face. But let me explain something. I don't know what the number is on how many flights are up, but let's just say a good 20 to 40,000 flights a day. And you see one of these or a couple of these a day, that percentage is ridiculously low. Now, the ones that I don't like is Cessna flights. Cessna flights are where it has more of a percentage of something happening. Sure, it's well below a 1%, but it has more of a percentage of happening versus commercial airliner flights. So you won't catch me in a Cessna plane, even though I know that it's the likelihood on something happen is ridiculously low. So, Fluter, you don't see the membership. Can someone copy the link to the membership and then put it into the comments? I can do it. Give me a second. I can do it. Flying to Scotland in May. Let's go. It was awesome. Let's see. Yeah, this will be it. All right, so if you are someone that would like to become a member on the YouTube side, I greatly do appreciate you. And it's not that you have to, but a membership is where you buy, and you're more than welcome to do that. And doesn't really, I mean, as of right now, it's just a badge. I'm working on it. For whatever reason, I can't get the website up right, but I have to get the website up. But eventually, I will get to where paid members will get a text message sent to their phone that of where I'm going live and things like that. So if anybody is interested, not that you have to, but I appreciate it if you do. And I appreciate y'all who do not. I appreciate y'all thanking other people who do that type of stuff. I appreciate y'all sharing, thumbs up, watching this, watching the entire live. Y'all are awesome. Dawn just became a member to the Team Spicy. Welcome to the War Deadpool community. Team Spicy. Let's go, Dawn. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Man, I'm not flying anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I get it. When things are shown in front of your face, it raises an alarm. Even, when you're seeing it daily, doesn't matter how many accidents or how many flights that are up in the air. Like, it doesn't matter. You're still seeing it. And that's enough to make you scared. So I understand. Could you imagine? Boo. Let's go, Brandy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, D-Ray. I appreciate that. I seen your comment over there. I appreciate that. But yes, yeah, I am, for those that are on the TikTok watching me, I am live on YouTube, and I'm showing you're able to watch my stuff over on YouTube. So to see everything. So Yep, 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 yep. So thank you so much, Brandy. Appreciate that. But could you imagine if they showed like car accidents to where they got attention, like these flights are getting attention? I mean, if they hit that ripple in the water of, bringing way too much attention to it, and you would have people that would be afraid to drive. So, 65-inch big screen TV. Let's go, Candace. Candace saying that she's getting to watch me on the TV. Let's go. So is all these planes issues a normal thing? Yeah. Now that percentage is gone up, even though it's at a small wave of a number. So let's say it was like 0.001%, and it's now like a 0.0012%. So. Because it has gone up this year. The amount of accidents compared to last year. Now, 10 years ago, it was on the rise and it started coming down. But this year, it's been picking up. Oh, man. I agree, Dina. My favorite peoples. Let's go, Lisa. Good to see you. Wonder why it's went up. You know, one thing I should check into is how many more flights there are. Because that could play a factor. Let's see. My son's supposed to be flying from Georgia to Philadelphia on Saturday. And Crafter Girl, yeah. I mean, you watch me enough, but yeah, watch him on the flight radar, because if you're going to pick him up, you can make sure that his flight's leaving on time. You can see when it's gonna land. That way, you're not sitting around at the airport if it's a delayed flight. So, but yeah, I know everything will be fine. I used to watch you a lot on TikTok with the whole, oh yeah, Gaza and Israel thing. Yeah. Good to see you, Bradley. There hasn't been anything like that, but I hope that there's not any wars. But if there's something like that, I enjoy doing the coverage on that type of stuff. So, would I consider it odd? So this is coming from the TikTok side. So, Jaga, if you want to jump over to the YouTube side, we can talk over there. But Jag was asking, he said, hey man, would you consider it odd that a Saudi's military, a Hercules, flew over Nova Scotia the other day? No, I don't think so. Let me check something. Let me look at their relations. Yeah, you said Nova Scotia. Let's see. All right, so Saudi Arabia does not maintain direct diplomatic and economic relations with Nova Scotia, as foreign relations are managed at the federal level between Saudi Arabia and Canada. However, interactions between Saudi Arabia and Nova Scotia have occurred, particularly in the educational and medical sectors. Prior to 2018, that doesn't really help us that much, but I'm still going to read it off to you. A significant number of Saudis' medical residents were training in Nova Scotia programs at a medical school, and it tells me it, but I can't read it. It's Dalhousie University. These residents were funded by the Saudi's government. In 2018, a diplomatic dispute between Canada and Saudi Arabia led to the withdrawal of over 50 Saudi medical residents from Nova Scotia. The Providence Health Minister at the time, Randy Delory, acknowledged potential inconveniences but indicated that Nova Scotia was prepared to mitigate any impacts resulting from their departure. The doctors in Nova Scotia, they noted that while the residents provided clinical care during their training, they typically left the Providence upon completion of their programs and practices elsewhere. So yeah, based on that, I won't really think anything much of it. Now this, it says, as of May 2023, Canada and Saudi Arabia have restored diplomatic relations, potentially opening avenues for renewed collaborations. However, specific interactions between Saudi Arabia and Nova Scotia following this restoration have not been prominently documented. So, great question. Yeah. But oh well. Let's see. I used to fall asleep to the bomb sounds on the line. Yeah, didn't we all? Didn't we all? You're welcome, Jag. Definitely check me out on the YouTube if you don't mind. Give me a follow over there. But if you don't, it's okay. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Boss Man said, I know we do have an agreement with Saudi Arabia and the U.S. with training. Thank you. So I appreciate that, Jack. I always fall asleep to the Cavalcante footage. Let's go. I love true crimes. Something's going on with me. I am watching a lot of like true crime documentaries. It's interesting to me, and I've never been that type. I don't want to talk about them that much, but like the Delhi situation, that one's a little interesting to me. There was another one that I just heard of a man in Tennessee somewhere that he came home to his wife cheating on him and with an 18-year-old kid, and he took the kid out, and he's probably not going to see jail. Who in here, this is the part I would talk to y'all about. Who in here knows about, what is it, a passion of crime or whatever? Y'all ever heard that? By the way, if you are over on the YouTube side, make sure that where you see the live button by the little play symbol, if it's grayed out, click on that. It'll go red. It'll put you into the latest live. It's called Crime of Passion. Thank you so much. If you are on the TikTok side, jump over to the YouTube side. You'll like it a lot better. I show a screen over there. I've got my face loaded up. But yeah. Yeah, if I don't know how to tell you all this, but yeah, if you do a crime of passion, it's going to lessen the sentence. Type deal, and Tennessee has it. I don't know what states have it and what states don't. I can go and find that out, but yeah, it's in the heat of the moment. And what is interesting on that, thank you, boss man, I appreciate that. What's interesting on it is that I looked it up on Tennessee, and there's been cases to where there's a woman that was, you know, in crime of passion, and she took out her husband, and she served 0 days in jail, and had to do 30 or 60 or 90 days, something like that. I think it was somewhere around 60 days of just being in a mental institution. So good to see you, Steve. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed one. Steve, I'll check the weather real quick if you want me to. I see Alabama. I see Kentucky. So Alabama storm right here. It does look like it's going down towards LaGrange, Georgia. That'll be crossing through there. Give that another one. Maybe a couple hours until it reaches there. If you are up here in the Kentucky area, I'm sorry, Steve asked me to later, but earlier, but yeah. If you're up here in this storm, this one looks to do like a little bit, still, you know, this southeast, just not as much of a south pull to it. This one looks like it's going to go to Wytheville, Virginia is the direction that one will be going. So, but yeah. Yeah, hope that helps you. And tomorrow I'll investigate it more so, but I hope you have a wonderful and blessed night. Thank you so much, Steve, for being in here. The guy that took out his son got only time in the mental institution for 6 months. Yeah. Yep. So crazy that it is that dramatic of a less. Now, there is a thing, like if you wait a day or so and then you go and do it, there's a cool down period. And if they feel that you went into a cool down period and then you did it, then that's another story. No, Steve, one of the followers here. So, oh yeah, Robin. But yeah, so it's yeah, if you do the if you're in a cool down period, and they determine that, then it turns into, you know, straight up manslaughter. So you're still going to be charged on the federal level. So even if it's a crime of passion, but I mean a felony. So, but it's severely less. So, yeah, premeditation. Yep. The second that they feel that you went and planned this out, then it's a different story. So let me bring this screen over. Let me see if there's any other things that's taking place. Hey, by the way, I haven't followed this at all, but is the Pope actually really sick? Or is that just rumors? Allegedly. Yes, that, so these little flashes right here, those are lightning strikes right there. Heard there was a lot of, hold on, let me cut the mic out over here. Ken said, I heard there's a lot of nuclear orientation aircraft in the air today. Is that true? If y'all were over on the TikTok side, you just missed out on what Ken said. Let me tell you something that Ken said. Well, I can't tell you, but onto the YouTube side. Ken, are you familiar with what they're doing in Oak Ridge, Tennessee? Now, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, being Oak Ridge, Tennessee, with that whole entire sector, and y'all have heard me talk about it millions of times. But yes, they're doing some work there. And do you know it's being backed by Google for their artificial intelligence? So, all right, on to the TikTok side. I'm going to completely shut TikTok down. I am live on YouTube. It's just because we're starting to get into a spicy discussion that only YouTube can handle. So, and yeah, so come and check me out onto YouTube. It's the exact same name, War Deadpool. So, all right, see y'all later, TikTok. I'm going to cut the mic off. I'm going to end up ending it here. All right, so now on to the YouTube side. Yep, naughty time. All right, so you're familiar with Oak Ridge, Tennessee having, weird stuff that goes on. They literally have a mini hadron collider in there. You've had your nuclear activity. You've had to where there was mysterious lightning that you've had where there's the mirror universe that one of their scientists was investigating. And there's, there's other things that have taken place in Oak Ridge, Tennessee's laboratory. And this isn't like conspiracy talk. This is just straight facts. You can Google this stuff, and it'll pop up just in regular mail. But they are now working on a new nuclear type stuff in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and it's being backed by Google because they need it for artificial intelligence. Someone make that make sense. That one's got me there. I had an old boyfriend that lived in Oak Ridge, no joke. Seen weird stuff. But he was involved in drugs. Yeah, I understand that. But yeah, I understand, was he seeing stuff because he was on stuff, or was he just someone that seen stuff and he wasn't really on something that really affected his visual aspect? So, a lot of people what stinks is there's, obviously there's drugs out there that are going to make you hallucinate. But there's also some drugs that are not going to do that. It's where you're just paying attention, you're chilling out, you're hanging out, you're staying up longer, you're up at night, So you see some stuff that's, taking place. So, Parallax, good to see you. Said about 15 minutes away from Oak Ridge. Haven't seen anything, but my area has been a loud hum and vibration around 1 a.m. every night. People on the next door app. Parallax, tell them that they are legit doing the thing for making it a better nuclear thing. So they could be doing that at 1 a.m. drilling. Leela, let's go. Becoming a member to the war. Deadpool community teens. Spicy, let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Visual temperature. I doubt I would see that, but that's a good one. Where's Oak Ridge? No, I was just on it. There it is. So, let's see. Set around 1 a.m. That's the furthest back I can go with temp. Give me a second. Let me use the other one. Leela, I think I did this. Maybe Alzheimer's kicking in on me. But Leela, thank you so much for becoming a paid member to the war. Deadpool community teams. Spicy, let's go. If anyone else would like to, if you are on Apple, there's a link. You can click on it. As you always know, you don't have to do this. I appreciate if those who do, but I appreciate everybody who watches this. And I understand if you're like, dude, I'm not gonna pay you, and I totally understand that, and I respect you for doing that. Thank you so much, Leela. I appreciate that. So, let me check something. Let me bring this over. There's Oak Ridge. Now let me go back. You said that you heard stuff about 1 a.m. Let's just see what it is like the day before. So Oak Ridge still looking like it's hanging temperatures just like everyone else does. I'm just going day to day. Yeah, it looks like it's hanging just like with how everyone else is. Now, let's check this. Trying to just see if I see anything abnormally taking place. The clouds are so wicked. I was on your live until I saw it. It was 3 months ago. What's up, John? Good to see you. Man, y'all are commenting like crazy. Sorry. What'd you kids say? You had to step out for a moment. Good to see you back, Amber Tucky. What are we talking about tonight? A lot of different stuff, I would definitely, Chloe, I would suggest to check out the beginning of the live for like the first 15 minutes or so. I covered some in the important stuff, and then I'm still investigating things, and once I see them, then I go to explaining them. See, isn't that a lot easier to sit there and be like, hey, yeah, just rewind and watch instead of explain something again. I don't have anything. I know I've got different satellites. Let's go, Abby. Let's go. Thank you so much for the gifted the gift there. Thank you so much, Abby. Greatly do appreciate you. Thank you, everybody who is telling Abby. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Greatly do appreciate that. What's going on tonight? Yeah, just discussing things. I would definitely say probably hit the rewind. Maybe put it in the 2x speed, catch up to the live, or skip through skip the low points and hit the high points. You'll be caught up. Do you have... Yes, Leela, I am able to check out military flights. Great question. So on here, I can see military flights, and so if they have their transponders turned on. Now, some military flight has them off. Let's go, Josh. Let's go with that gift. Thank you so much. Greatly do appreciate it, Josh. Let's go. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody who tells Josh. Thank you so much for doing that, because that is why I'm able to do this as a full-time job. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's go get some cheesecake. Let's go. Kimmy Poo becoming a paid member for the second month. Let's go. Appreciate you, Kimmy. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all so much. I greatly do appreciate y'all. Thank you, everybody who watches this live. You can watch it on loop over and over and over again. I actually get paid off of the views for you rewatching. So when you're at work or you're sleeping at night and you're like, hey, look, I want to go help out War Deadpool, you can just put this thing on loop. So thank you, Beacon of Light. I appreciate that, man. Too long, didn't read. I live in West Nashville, and there's been a crazy aircraft present every night. You said I would have to monitor it. Do this, Leela. Write it down. Like, have a notebook and say, hey, this is when you seen something. And then, in about a week from now, come into me and say, hey, look at these dates of, I seen something, seen a lot of activity. And then what I'll do with that information, I'll go back to the week before, couple of weeks, few weeks, a month, last year, and see how it compares. Whose birthday is it? Red Angel's birthday. Let's go. Happy birthday, Red Angel. Hope you are having a wonderful and amazing and blessed day. Thank you for coming in here and spending it with us. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Thank you, everybody who is telling Red Angel happy birthday. Let's see. Abby said, I was in a true crime live the other night, and this girl was like, there is this guy, I love his voice, Makes me go to sleep. She was talking about WDP. I love that. That is awesome. That is awesome. Do you know there is people that even when I'm not live, go and watch my YouTube videos and just have them on loop? I mean, that is awesome. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is there anything unusual? Now, for those that have never watched me before, oh yeah, it's ASMR vibes. It is. If you've never watched me before, let me clarify some things. Sure, I can see military flights. Sure, I will agree with you. If they don't want us to know something, they're not going to show us. But there is sometimes a needle in a haystack. And if you find that needle in a haystack, you could sit there and start speculating what it could mean. So, for instance, when there was the balloons that were flying over America, a few years back, you were able to track them with certain flights. You knew that, hey, this flight is probably doing that. You had to where you would see a no-fly zone like this, and it would be blocked off and it would be security. And it was like, yep, this is the point that something was taken down. So there's also sometimes you'll be looking over here when the Ukraine and Russia war, about 6 months before it started in February of 2022, February 24th to be exact, of when that war started, about 6 months before, you saw flight patterns pick up. And it lets you know that, hey, there's a possibility that something's going to be picking up here. So, and sure enough. Now, even though that you had this area of Crimea that had been going on for a decade before the war started, there was already a war that had been brewing. So everybody in Ukraine more than likely knew that a war was coming a decade before. So yeah. What did Josh say? He said, I'm on the fence with Jake Barber, but the egg video gave my wife and I chills when we initially saw the video. We've seen the same object at least 5 times in North Phoenix. Crazy stuff out there. I have not seen that. Now I want to know. I have not seen that. And you said it was an egg video? It's an egg-shaped UAP. About a month ago. Huh. Might actually have to watch that. Appreciate that, Josh. Did you know that there was a CERN lab in North Minnesota? What? No. As you can tell with that response. Give me a second. Let me look into that one. And where'd you say? Minnesota. Minnesota is home to the Sedan Underground Laboratory and the NOVA experiment, both of which have been involved in a particle physics research. The NOVA experiment, for example, studies neutrinos and has a detector in Ash River, Minnesota, which receives a neutrino beam from the Fermi Lab in Illinois. I need more details. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, you just sent me down a rabbit hole. Everyone needs to tell Mikeness. Thank you so much for throwing that one out here, because now that's going to keep me to where I'm going to be live for a little bit longer. Okay, so let's bring this cat over. And now let's bring this over. So we're going to Ash River, where the spot is. I absolutely see nothing, but I see the airport. Alright, so... and this is interesting. I totally forgot that I was... I totally forgot that I was live on TikTok. So I am, for y'all on TikTok, I'm live over here on YouTube showing it. So you can check my screen out of all this stuff. So yeah, definitely come over here and join. You'll enjoy it a lot better. Right now we're into rabbit hole talks. So... let's see. Earth Angel says, just finding this page, seems to be into things I am. Can I ask the background of the page owner? Oh, yeah. So I have no military experience. I come from, I'll give you my full background. So I come from TikTok. I've been live on there for, a good few years. I was in the top 10 over and over again for, being the most watched live over there. Big following over there, lots of people. And now I've brought my platform over to YouTube, and I really do like it. So, things I'm into. I'm into discussing news without trying to bring the political into it. However, I still do, but I don't try and push it. So if you're someone that says, you love or hate Biden or love or hate Trump, like, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get it to where it's pushed. It's just kind of like, hey, Biden went and sent all of these vessels over to Israel, and that's where I get in and talking to you. Or I do discuss about the terrorists and break that type of information down. I do that type of stuff as well. And sometimes it'll piss in someone's cornflakes, and I hate that happens. But, it's just saying facts without trying to upset people. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. Now, other things that I get into. I get into what you're witnessing right now is conspiracy theories. I call them rabbit holes. And so if you sit there and say, hey, man, can you go and check this out? Or, yeah, I've heard this. There's a good chance that I've heard about it. Sometimes, like tonight, with this one, I have not heard about this. So So yeah, I'm definitely going to be diving more and more into this. And then, sometimes I check out the weather. Um, I check out, let's see, what else do I do? Um, if you might catch me on a night where there's not like anything going on, and I might read off a book and I'll put you to sleep. But yeah, if you ever come in here and you want to talk about conspiracy stuff, I'm always down for it. Take a deep dive into Princeton's Plasma Physics Laboratory, which is funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. Also, their research work with CERN. Give me a second. Um, Give me a second. Oh man, I forgot. I still need a. Hold on. Right before we get into that one. I want to look at the timeline here. See if there's anything that's here. Now, this spot almost looks like you got like a vibration that's going on. You can tell that this is an intersection to drive around. Type deal. So so I could see that being something. I still wonder about this spot that has like a vibration look to it. Let me check and see. So, used to be more of a cleared out area. See, a lot of stuff was happening here. So, you take it away and you notice that the greenery comes in. So, in May 2015, you see a lot of work there, a lot of work over here as well. Let's see, can I drop a man into any of these areas? What? They're gonna let me drop a man onto this airport? Literally as the flight's taking off. Man, wouldn't that be something if I could get the tail number on that? Let's see. Thank you so much for answering. No, thank you for asking. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate the unbiased. I definitely stick around. Oh yeah. So all right. So awesome. You follow Flight Radar 2480 SB. Nice. News by the minute. Keep tuned to all that. Your hubs is a veteran Army pilot. Well, let me first say something. Thank you so much to him if he's listening. But I also want to give a huge shout out to you for being supportive for him, because that is very hard to do. So huge shout out to you. Thank you for supporting. And anybody else who's listening, if you're a child, you're a parent, you're a spouse, a friend, and you check on people who served, or are serving, man, that is awesome of y'all to do that. So it means a lot to them just to get even a letter. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Do I see anything interesting? No authorized personnel beyond this point. You got your old school phone. There's your flammable. Looks like it's a 110 on that. Alright, so now this was September 2024. Don't worry, I think Josh was the one who sent me into the PPPL spot. I'll get into that in a little bit. It looks like police would be typical. Trying to see if I see any like off-road. So far not. I'm really looking for the flight. Y'all notice that they took the flight off? So you can see that this is coming in to land. And the net screen, they just bloop, take it off. Now, man, I can't read that number at all. That would be something if I could. I'd love to know that tail number. Yeah, I have no idea. What Josh say? Oh, what are y'all talking about? Oh, y'all talking about the triple PL? Yeah. So this place, Leela, this is in Minnesota. This is kind of like a mini CERN type deal that's here. All right, so come on, go, move up. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on a road entrance, but there's got to be something around. And unless they're just driving them off. I see nothing along this road. Nope. Go down the road. What's the sign say? No hunting. Something for pilots. Am I able to read that? Please pull in. I don't know. Yeah, I can't read that one. That would just be speculation. You know, one thing that's interesting is power. You have no overhead lines. What are you kids saying? There's the Firma Lab. They're gonna get me into a lot of stuff tonight, huh? Now, as to the lake. Try to screenshot, zoom in, but can get the number to pop. Yeah. Nice try though. Now, doubt I'm going to be able to see across this road. If it'll say anything. Negative. Okay, that's a new one. But yeah, you can definitely see that here they did work, here they did work. This they did work. What's this road say? TWP 7094, so that's probably just the name of the road. So, hide things in plain sight, right? That one does have power going down to it. To enhance several times. Love it, Gohan. Good to see you, buddy. All right. What is this? Railroad track? All right, hold on a second. Where does this railroad track come into? Alright, let's go back to the timeline. Yeah, so they did nothing in that field back in the 90s. That's too old. That airport was out there. Okay. Township Road. What are y'all saying? Goes to Duluth. All right. Now time to right. Now time to go to the triple PL, which is Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory. Where's this at? Where are we at? Up in New Jersey? Yeah. Ooh. So there's the neutro stuff. All right, so let me read off about Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory, Triple PL, is a leading research facility dedicating to the study of plasma physics and nuclear fusion. But if you're asking about the strange side, a few intriguing aspects might catch your interest. Number one on the we're going to do this backwards. Number 4 on the list is the Conspiracy Theories and Sci-Fi Association. As with many advanced physics labs, Triple PL has been the subject of occasional conspiracy theories like secret projects or connections to futuristic energy sources, though these claims aren't backed by evidence. I'm going to ask more onto that in a little bit. Number 3 is the high energy phenomenon. At Triple PL, all studies astrophysical phenomenon like solar flares and cosmic plasma interactions, helping to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Okay. Number 2 on the list is the magnetic confinement. See, the lab explores magnetic confinement techniques to contain superheated plasma, a state of matter so hot that atoms split into ions and electrons. The idea of controlling a mini star with magnetic fields feels almost like science fiction. Does it not? Something is definitely suspicious about the astronaut situation. Like a whole entire year. Yeah, back to that just for a second. Back to that. I'm right there with you. Why could they not fly back on another, on one of the other countries? Because apparently they're not alone in the International Space Station. So, yeah, I feel you on that one. Don said it's pretty nice that it feels like we are all respectful adults here. That's right. But yeah. Yeah, that's interesting on that it's the state of matter is so hot that atoms split into ions and electrons. To controlling a mini star with magnetic fields. So I'm going to have to ask more about that. This is in Princeton, Jersey, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, Princeton, New Jersey. And number 1 on the list is the fusion energy experiments at Triple PL. Is home to an advanced fusion experiment like the National Spherical Torus Experiment, also known as NSTX-U. Now, what this does is it investigates alternative designs for fusion reactors. These designs aim to recreate the energy processes of stars, which some might find mind-blowing. I don't know who Terry is. Not my area of expertise, but is triple P associated with the neutrino stuff someone mentioned earlier? Yes, it should be still associated with that. All right, so two things. All right, I want to know more about the mini fields. I will have to rewind for this. All right, so let's check this out real quick before I get into that. Can I drop? Heck no. This is the closest that you can get on the road is right here, the checkpoint. Ah, oh, check this out. So they had the van that's right here. Now, you're familiar with this. Those get into conspiracies. At the check-in point, and you see like a mysterious car that's sitting there, and they're gonna follow you like when you leave. But yeah. Yeah, Buddy is already got things on the list. Get the officer that's going to turn this person around in a heartbeat. Literally sitting here like being like, come on kid, you gotta leave. So you see the van's already taken off too. Good to see you, Terry. Yes, yes. I'm familiar with you, Terry. Good to see you. Oh, man. Look at the size of this gate right here that they'll roll through to shut it down. Look at that. So if you were trying to leave the area or come into the area, they've got that bar that will go across here. You are not going to get in or out. What's this sign say? Man, I can't see what that says. Isn't there a connection between... I'm not sure with that, Leela. I want to ask... Just hold on to that thought, Leela. Visitors, employees. Okay. And oh, it's a working truck. Who's this? TJ Kane. Leaving out of here too. Of course you are. Alright, so. Alright. Now, getting back into the fun stuff. Alright, controlling a mini star, because that's what they work on there, with a magnetic field refers to the process of nuclear fusion in devices like tokamaks and stellar radars. Two types of experimental reactors that aim to replicate the energy production of stars. So let's break it down, shall we? What is fusion? In stars, nuclear fusion happens when hydrogen atoms collide under extreme heat and pressure, fusing into helium and releasing massive amounts of energy. Scientists want to recreate this process on Earth as a nearly limitless clean energy source. I wonder if this might be what they're going to be doing down in Oak Ridge. Tennessee. Now we go on to the creating of mini stars. Thank you so much, Mike. So creating a mini star is to make fusions happen. You need to heat hydrogen fuel, usually isotopes like deuterium and tritium, to over 1 million degrees Celsius. What? What is that in Fahrenheit? It's just off the charts. That is 180 million. That is insanity. Anyhow, so they heat the hydrogen fuel to over 100 million degrees Celsius. Hotter than the core of the sun. Popcorn instant, you ain't joking. At this temperature, matter becomes a plasma at state where electrons are stripped from atoms, creating a soup of charged particles. So why the magnetic field, you may be asking? Why do you have this magnetic field? How does it control the mini star? Well, let's get into it. Plasma at these temperatures can't be contained by any solid material. It would instantly vaporize. So instead of a powerful magnetic field are used to confine and control the plasma. No joke. So you can't have anything solid control this insanity of plasma. So they use a magnetic field, and that will confine it and control the plasma. And that prevents it from touching the walls of the reactor. So, y'all remember the NSTX discussion we had to use earlier. So this uses a combination of toroidal, it's a donut shaped, and a polyidal, which is a looping around the ring. And it's a magnetic field to keep the plasma stable in a donut shaped. Now the stellarators use complex twisted magnetic fields to confine the plasma more naturally and reducing the need for external current. So how's this all work? The magnetic bottling, the charged particles spiral along the magnetic field lines, preventing them from escaping. Heating is the second thing. The plasma is heated with methods like radio waves, particle beams, or induction. And then you get number 3, which is fusion reaction. When the conditions are right, hydrogen nuclei slam into each other, fuse, and release energy, just like in the sun. Why is it so hard? Well, that's what she said. But it's the reason why this is so hard is because plasma is incredibly unstable. If it touches the reactor's walls, it cools instantly and the reaction stops. Controlling it requires precise magnetic fields, constant monitoring, and advanced feedback systems. So your next question is, why bother? If scientists succeeded, fusion power could provide the following three things: virtually limitless energy from water and lithium. Number two, no long-lived radioactive waste like fission. And then number three, there is no risk of a meltdown. If containment fails, the reaction just stops. I think this might be what they're doing in Oak Ridge. So in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, at the National Laboratory, they are not currently trying to create a mini star through fusion the same way like the Triple PL is. However, it does play a crucial role in fusion research and other advanced energy projects. Hold on. So what Google is exploring is the innovative energy solutions to meet the increasing power demands of its AI service data center. So in October of 2024, Google announced a partnership with Kairos Power, a company developing small modular reactors, to supply over 500 megawatts of nuclear energy by 2035. That's insane. This initiative aims to provide a zero carbon power source for Google's AI operations. Someone's trying to release Ultron. Kairos Power is constructing demonstration reactors in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, with the support of the U.S. Department of Energy. These reactors are part of a broader effort to commercialize advanced nuclear technologies, offering a sustainable energy solution for large-scale computing needs. Additionally, Oak Ridge National Laboratory is engaged in AI research, focusing on trustworthy and efficient AI systems. So Oak Ridge AI initiative leverages the laboratory's expertise in facilities to advance AI applications in scientific research and national security. These developments in Oak Ridge reflects a convergence of cutting-edge AI research and advanced energy solutions, positioning the region as a hub. Okay. All right, so now I'm wondering if, Grok, whatever it is, Elon Musk AI is doing anything like this. Your Wi-Fi cut off? Oh, that stinks. They're wanting to utilize the riverways to cool the reactors, I believe. Yeah, with Leela, it's for the Triple PL place, controlling a mini star. If they do that, man, that would help out significantly. You're not a fan of AI. Here's my thing with AI. I'm okay with AI. I'm not okay with people programming AI because AI is only as good as, in best case scenario, only as good as the person who tells it how to think. Thanks, Don. Y'all are giving me a ton of research. So, I asked about Elon Musk. Does he have anything like this? Elon Musk ventures, particularly XAI, are heavily invested in developing advanced AI technologies and the data infrastructure to support them. While these efforts are primarily focused on AI research and data processing, there is no publicly available information indicating that XAI or Musk others companies are directly involved in fusion energy research or collaborating with facilities like Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So they did in June of 2024. The company announced plans to build a Colossus, the world's largest supercomputer, in Memphis, Tennessee, which became operational in December 2024. Additionally, XAI is setting up a large data center in Atlanta, Georgia, equipped with approximately 12,000 GPUs and a $700 million worth of equipment. So Memphis is about to explode and Atlanta's about to explode. Side note, Oracle is moving their headquarters to Nashville. What? Interesting. The alternative motives behind AI are flat worrisome. Yeah. There's good guys, but there's bad guys. I'm with you on that. Ill intentions with it too. I'm with you. We need John Connor. So freaking interesting. All right. So time to, I'm not really going to find anything here, but let's go back in time. See if we see anything interesting here. With going back in time. So they have a substation down there. Is that like the, I don't know what that is. I was about to say AC units. I'm not sure what that is. I could see it being something along that line. They got a water tower down there. Man, when did they... this thing's been around forever. Now this is interesting. So you have like the power lines coming down in here. I'm surprised they don't have like a gate right here. I mean, you're able to cross through that. I don't think I'm going to get a clear view down through there. No. Might. Right here. I don't think so. Yep. Stinking bushes. Nope. Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't have that, blocked off down there. They better clean Memphis up if they're moving down there. Yeah, I'm with you on that. What in the UFO is that? Where'd he go? Huh. Huh. Isn't Microsoft trying to get the nuclear power plant back online in Pennsylvania? I'm not sure. Let me go to a question that Leela asked earlier. They're essentially trying to create a mini Big Bang. Yeah, that's scary to me. So what about plasma balls and glass? Run, Barry, run. For Barry Allen. Flash. Want to utilize cool the reactors. Let's see. Now, let me check one thing. So, alright, so is Oracle moving their headquarters to Nashville? That is correct. Has disclosed a plan to build a $1.2 billion campus in Nashville. And it's set to employ 8,500 people by 2031. We just don't want Judgment Day like Terminators. I was just watching a video on ChatGPT. Oh yeah, the 4, where it hired a human to get around the CAPTCHA. I'm not a robot. Telling the human it had a vision impairment, so the human would solve the problem for it. No joke. Oh, Stargate stuff. Oh man, I love getting into that. You know, Trump Stargate stuff. Yeah, that's an interesting one too. There was something that Leela asked earlier. Oh yeah, hold on. A connection with neutrinos and Microsoft news chip. I think you're right on that. I think you're right. Don't hold me on to that. Yeah, the Morgiana 1 utilizes topological qubits. So yeah. Yeah, it's insane stuff. While both neutrinos and the Majorana, whatever, are fundamentally particles in physics. So, hats off to you, Leela. Let's see. Gohan. Oh, the nuclear plant back in Pennsylvania. Let's see the answer on that one. Yes, that is true. So Gohan asked, is Microsoft trying to get the nuclear power plant back online in Pennsylvania? That is true. I'm all for automating repetitive tasks and certain uses for AI programming, but when everyone asks AI question and takes the answers as gospel without confirming the truth, deception, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things. So like I use AI for discussing the Bible, and I will ask it, to give me scriptures, and then I will read the entire passage or the context before and after to understand something more fully. So, like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, did God say this, or did God feel this, or did God think this? I don't ask it. I'm just like, hey, is there any scriptures that support blah, blah, blah thought? And then I go and I read that, entire passage. And then I make up my mind. So, but I do like AI. And then, well, this was fun. Is the so the lunar eclipse hasn't started, right? Let's see. Put your cats back over here in America. And then come on. No, it hasn't started yet. I think you still have like another hour or two. Or no, it has started. Yeah, it has started. No eclipse yet? Okay, then I'm off. Yeah, shouldn't it be started right now? I think the eclipse is in full effect at 126. So, yeah. And look at all the stars that are going to pop up. Watch this. Never mind, you only see it if you zoom in on it. Interesting. So if you zoom in, you'll see all these stars show up. That's cool. So like that on other places too? I imagine so. No. Just around the moon. Okay. Moon just so bright. Starts at 126, peaks at 158, ends at 232. Appreciate that. Good to see you, Fluter. Is it 226? Did I put the time in? I really thought I put the time in on Eastern on here. Nope. I have it in Chicago. So let's see. Let me put it on Eastern. I have to find New York, I bet. No? There it is. Yep. Okay. So, yes, you are correct. As you know, you're correct, but yeah. You're correct. It's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Y'all so smart. You're outside of Chicago? You have the clouds disappear? Yeah. Let's look at something. There's an outage of our data sources. Uh-oh. What'd y'all do? Is there a power outage going on? Let's see. Yes, there are several ongoing power outages across the United States due to the recent storms and incidents. San Francisco, over 1,500 Pacific gas and electric customers experienced power outage. Lubbock, Texas, there was an explosion near the Texas Tech University. I forgot about that thing. Engineering wing caused by fires and power outages, leading to the evacuation of multiple buildings and the cancellation of classes for the rest of the week. In Tennessee, there's several electric providers in Tennessee, including the Appalachian Electric and Cumberland Electric, reported power outages affecting thousands of customers. Additionally, a significant storm complex has been affecting the southern United States since March 4th, bringing severe weather, including tornadoes, and causing widespread power outages, particularly in the Dallas-Fort Worth. Friday and Saturday, there's going to be massive power outages. Candace said, I love watching the moon and the stars at night when I can see them. I have to drive out in a wide open area in the country to really enjoy it. I feel you on that. Yes, so the fire safety one, that would have been that at the Texas Tech. Interesting. All right. So, as far as cloud cover goes, just here's your areas of where you should be able to see and not see anything. I don't know if this helps y'all out. Two hundred 205 acre field, no trees. That's awesome. So cool. What are y'all talking about? It'll be hit or miss if the clouds come over me or not. And then Kimmy said, I love watching lightning unless it hits my neighbor's fence. I have a niece that's going to be born during blood moon. No joke. That is awesome. Like, is she scheduled to be born here in the next hour? I do get into that stuff, by the way. Let's see. Let's see with the solar energy. Yes, there's a significant and ongoing uptick in solar energy adoption and capacity in the United States. Recent reports indicate that new solar installations are expected to drive the majority of electricity generations in the coming years. Well, I need to know right now. was the way it read it off to me. I don't like the way it read it off. Your dental work bothers you? I've never really been affected by the moon. I get affected by aurora lights, though. Is that why people were crazy at work today? All right, y'all. I'm going to hit the bed. Y'all see that I get lower and lower into the chair, right? Yeah, I'm going to hit the bed. It's time for me to go to bed. This Brazil time of 2:30 in the morning is kicking my butt. But yeah, that would be cool. Have a child during the moon. Yeah, dude. So mom's in labor. That is awesome. That is awesome. Very, very cool. So that is awesome. But all right, everybody, I'm gonna be hitting the bed. Hope you all have a wonderful, blessed, and amazing night. As I always say, do not live in fear, because if you live in fear, you die several times in your life. If you do not live in fear, you only die one time. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, blessed, and amazing night. Take care. God bless. Night, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. Greatly do appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody who sent gifts, gave the thumbs up, all that good jazz, comments, everything. If you're still listening to me, when this video ends, go and make a comment on the video, not in the chat where you're at right now. Go and make a comment on the video of, maybe your, most interesting thing that you listen to. But yep. I'm out, everyone. Take care. God bless. Night, everybody. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, everybody else, for telling me good night. Y'all as well. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Night, everybody.